Welcome back to Edwin Recapped. Today we gonna explain an action and comedy movie called The Chase. Warning, spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. At the beginning of the movie, we see a man named Jack Hammond, who goes to the gas station to fill up his tank and buy some cigarettes from there. He pays the cash at the counter, when two policemen enter the shop. Jack gets nervous when he sees them, but he tries not to show it and asks the cashier to give him the change faster. But the cashier accidentally spills coins and makes him wait. After hearing on the radio about the theft of a silver Volkswagen Rabbit, the cops notice a car of the same description at the gas station. They ask Jack if he drove it, to which Jack replies that he is on foot and out for a little walk. Meanwhile, the cashier finishes collecting change from the floor and gives it to Jack. The police understand that Jack is lying. Jack grabs a girl named Natalie by the throat and puts a chocolate bar to her back. Pretending that it is a gun, he tells the cashier to take out the policeman's guns and put them in his pocket. And then taking a real gun out of his pocket, Jack threatens them that he will kill the girl if the cops don't let him go. He takes the girl hostage and drives away in a red car. Meanwhile, in one of the patrol cars, a documentary about the life of a Newport police officer is being filmed. During their interview, police officers hear about the kidnapping on the radio, and the police follow them with the reporter and cameraman. On the other hand, Natalie asks Jack to let her go and keep the car for himself. But he can't do it because she is his insurance. However, Jack assures Natalie that he will not harm her, and will let her go as soon as they are both safe. When Jack wants to smoke, Natalie snatches a cigarette lighter and attacks him, due to which, his skin gets burned, causing him to lose control for a while and run into the oncoming lane. In the end, he forces Natalie to step back, but the cigarette lighter falls on the seat between Jack's leg, and the car is filled with smoke. As a result, the police manage to get a little closer to them, so Jack leaves the roadway and runs into the sidewalks. When the car returns to the road again, Natalie realizes that she is about to puke, so she sticks her head out of the window. The police think that she's trying to give them a signal, but they feel disgusted when the girl pukes her whole breakfast into the windshield of the patrol car. Moments later, we find out that Jack has kidnapped not just a normal girl from a gas station, but the daughter of an industrialist, Dalton Voss. Jack realizes that he cannot escape from the chase within the streets of Newport. So he drives on the interstate highway leading to the Mexican border. There Jack learns that Natalie is the daughter of multi-billionaire, Dalton Voss. After learning that, Jack gets mad, and says that now everyone will think that he deliberately kidnapped the billionaire's daughter to demand ransom. Meanwhile, Dalton Voss finds out about his daughter's abduction and arrives at the station, and tries to find out if the police are doing everything possible to save his daughter. Police finally manage to identify the criminal. They find out that Jack was convicted and sentenced to 25 years in prison for armed bank robbery, but escaped while transporting prisoners. The news of the abduction of a fugitive criminal and a millionaire's daughter is already being run on all the news channels. During the chase, there are many accidents on the road, involving police cars and trucks, from which scary corpses fall out on the road. Jack is trying to calm Natalie down, telling her that he hates violence, and the accusation is false. At the time of the bank robbery, he lived on the other side of town and worked as a clown at children's birthday parties. The real robber just dressed up as a clown, and Jack's neighbor reported him to the police because she saw him in a similar costume. During a search of his house, the police found the costume and arrested him to close the case as soon as possible. Dalton Voss calls Natalie to see if she's okay. Dalton Voss offers Jack a ransom of $50,000, but Jack turns down his offer, saying he is not interested in the money. Dalton, along with his wife Natalie's stepmother, tells his daughter that she has been disappointed him lately. But Jack is furious at hearing this and yells at Dalton Voss, saying what kind of father he is, and stands up for Natalie. Natalie is shocked by this act because no one had ever talked to her father like this before, and more than that, no one stood up before Dalton for her. Jack's lawyer hears the news about his client, contacts the police, and assures that Natalie is safe because Jack will not harm her. He then calls Jack and tells him to stop the car and surrender, but Jack refuses because he was convicted unfairly and now, in addition to robbery, theft of 2 cars, shooting at police officers and intentional kidnapping will be added to his charges, which means he will be sentenced to life imprisonment instead of 25 years. Moments later, Jack gets another call and is very surprised when the person on the other end introduces himself as a news reporter and asks him what he'll do when the car runs out of gas. His silly questions make Jack angry and he breaks the car's radio. Meanwhile, the two friends heard the news of the chase, and decide to become heroes and catch the criminal on their own. Unfortunately, their plan soon fails. They get into a major car accident and blow up their own car. Fortunately, they somehow survive. Jack admits that when he saw her in the store before the abduction, he was immediately attracted to her. He thought that under other circumstances, if he had met her, he would have asked her out. Then Natalie finds out that the gun Jack used to threaten her at the gas station was just a candy bar. She laughs and throws some jokes at him. Natalie shares a chocolate bar and feeds it to Jack, and treats the wound on his neck. Natalie begins to ask him about his personal life, and it turns out that he was completely free when he spent the last 2 years waiting for the verdict. And then she starts kissing him and offers to make love right in the middle of the road. They get intimate in the car. After the injection session, Natalie says that she wants to go to Mexico with him because she is in love with him. She offers to demand a large ransom from her father so that there is something to live in Mexico, and Jack, thinking about this proposal. Suddenly, they see that the highway is completely empty. When they reach the Mexican border, they see that the road is completely blocked, and a bunch of police cars and bulldozers are crowding right in front of the Mexican border, blocking the passage. Natalie panics and asks Jack to do something. Jack turns back, runs off the highway to the side of the road, and breaks through metal fences. After running for a while, he stops the car, not wanting to ruin Natalie's life. Because if he takes her with him, she'll have to hide from the police for the rest of her life. They are immediately surrounded by the police. Jack gives Natalie a gun stolen from a policeman at a gas station, and asks her to get out of the car and walk away. Natalie reluctantly fulfills his request. Jack decides to spend his last minutes in the car while smoking. After that, he goes outside and pretends to take out a weapon from behind, and the police react quickly and fire at him, due to which Jack dies on the spot. Fortunately, this turns out to be just Jack's imagination, and in reality, he doesn't even have anything to light a cigarette. He gets out of the car with his hands up in the air and lets himself arrested. But Natalie can't let the police take her lover away and decides to do something. Natalie takes a gun out of her purse, takes a reporter hostage, and threatens to kill him if they don't let Jack go. And to prove the seriousness of her intentions, she blew up a police helicopter. And when the cops release Jack, she tells everyone to stay away. They get into the helicopter of the film crew and they fly away. A few days later, Jack and Natalie are sitting on the beach drinking cocktails and enjoying the moment. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notification, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.